Lose Weight With Me interview with our special guest, Michelle Pettis. She is, in fact, a TED Talk speaker. She also has a book written. Well, she has several books written, but the one we're going to talk about is called Leaving Large. And she's best known to answer the question, what you talking about, Michelle? When it comes to your weight loss and you're relaxing and giving yourself grace in your weight loss journey. So tonight she's going to talk to us about several solutions, several what to do. You don't know what to do with your weight loss. You think you're going to, even if you've already lost weight, had the surgery, gained it back, all this stuff. She's going to help us to comprehend how to eat this weight loss process one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. So, ladies and gentlemen, Michelle Pettis still wears the same clothes that she's worn for the last 5 years. She only has one size in her closet. So, anyone who wants to tell us about weight, somebody who only has one size and doesn't sweat the small stuff, whether she's going to gain or lose weight ever, that's who we want to emulate. So thank you for your time today, Michelle. Thank you for all of the work you've put into helping us master and make some sense of this weight loss community because it certainly has us in a chokehold. So thank you so much. Looking so beautiful.
Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
I appreciate you so much. So yeah, guess what we're doing tonight?
What are we
We're
doing today?
releasing all chokeholds.
All
That's what
right now.
that's what we're doing. We're releasing all chokeholds. So your introductions are always so gracious and beautiful. Thank you for that. But we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. And you're right. So you know what? You talk about me wearing the one size. I want to tell you about something. Just kind of what happened to me on this wearing of the clothes journey because
Mhm.
it really initially was I just wanted to be able to go into Ann Taylor or White House Black Market and pull something off the hanger or off the rack. I mean, off the mannequin, really, and wear it. Well, it wasn't off the mannequin first, but just off the hanger and wear it. Um, and then when I was able to do that, I just got to thinking, it's got to be more to it than the clothes. Am I just that shallow that that's all I care about? And then as I was thinking that about myself, uh, the answer came to me that this journey was really about saving my life. Even though I
Mhm.
didn't know it at the time, I was so disconnected about what the purpose of food was. It just,
Mhm.
I mean, I had spent, I was 60 years old at the time, and for 60 years, well, except for like baby, your parents, my grandparents fed me for nutrition, but except for those few years in childhood, every decision that I made about what I ate was about pleasure. Nothing about nutrition, nothing
Mhm.
about having this consciousness that it was for my life, and
Yes.
that this that I have learned about is a way for me to help other people so that you don't have to struggle like I did for 40 years.
Amen. Michelle, let me interject something as you speak because
Mhm.
one of the terms we learned in the conference that helped us understand why we think just like you used to think is called social psychology. The more you hear things, you begin to believe it. So we've been hearing all our lives eat this because it tastes good, 5 for 5, 3 for 5, buy one, get one free happy hour. Nobody very seldomly talk to us about nutrition, other than maybe when the president, or the first lady has a health initiative. We don't get a lot of information about what you're saying, nutrition. I just want to throw that in there because some of
Right.
us might be wondering what you're talking about, Michelle, and that's
Yeah.
why.
hmm I mean, you were so right. Is that good
Mhm.
nutrition is treated not as a way that we are intrinsically. It's treated as this separate thing. And I think that that is like something major that we have to deal with, that how we nourish not just our bodies but how we nourish our mind, because
Mhm.
food is nourishing to the brain. We have to eat in a way that supports brain health. Fresh
Yes.
fruits, vegetables, high quality protein, that helps us with cognition. It helps us be
Yes.
smarter. It helps us with memory. It helps us process information. So even if you're not, you're like, okay, no, I'm not so worried about my body or anything like that. Just know that we are food feeds more than just your body. It feeds your brain, and our brain is the center of everything. And it is, and we
Yes.
don't get that over and over and over again. And what I love about you, Deborah Ann, and the work that you're doing is that you are consistently sharing your story and sharing what you learned over and over and over again, because we have to have these messages that teach us to honor our brains and our bodies with good, healthy nutrition and beliefs, because there's so much stuff that's coming at us that wants us to pay high prices for ill health.
And let me just interject one thing. You know why? Because I was raised right to know if I hear something and it makes sense, it didn't make sense to me to take a pill to suppress my appetite because I ain't never heard of that. My mama gonna feed me. The church people gonna feed me. I mean, I ain't never heard nothing about suppressing that appetite or surgery, pill, all of that. I mean, okay, let me have some of that. But it makes more sense. I sit in this garage and give me some sunshine to calm my nerves. It makes sense what you're saying. It
Mhm.
don't make sense that the solution has to be something I can't afford. Because
Yes.
when I was
Yes.
working, my insurance would not pay for the weight loss surgery.
Yes.
And now that I'm
Yes.
on disability, it will. So I'm like, well, sign me up. But then the more I go, I'm like, all we're talking about is surgeries, pills, shots, and then the surgery to get the fat. Okay, that's fine, but it's
Mhm.
got to be something else to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
And
even
there,
after all of that, I'm still stressed out.
yeah. Yeah. And there, and you are right, there's gotta be something else to it. And
Yeah.
there's so many layers to it. And I do want to address what you said about taking a pill to suppress your appetite or to suppress hunger. The reality is that we need appetite, we need hunger. Those
Yes.
are that is a good thing.
Yes.
Appetite and hunger tells us that it's our body communicating to us that I want some nourishment.
Yes.
Hunger and appetite is not the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is what we do in response to hunger and appetite. When
Yeah.
our when we're hungry, when we're truly hungry for physical nourishment, that
Mm-hmm.
means our body is saying, "Give me some broccoli, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me some fresh fruits. Give me a vegetable,
Yes.
right? Give me some high quality protein." That's what. But what we do is we give it chips and a soda, right?
Yes.
We give it some more chips and a soda. We keep giving it chips and a soda. We give it some sort of protein candy bar.
Yes.
But but that's not what our body is asking for. And so our body continues to ask for nutrition, and we can't eat enough junk ever to give us our body the nutrition that it needs. But the junk is processed and formulated to be addictive. So
Yes.
we keep eating it over and over again, expecting it to solve this real issue of what our body wants is nutrition. That's the first
Mm-hmm.
thing. The second thing is sometimes what we feel, we misidentify it as hunger. It's not really
Yes.
hunger, it is something else. And so we
Yes.
eat the stuff that's not even food in response to the thing that's not even hunger.
That's it. And if you understand, if I eat, um, okay, this morning I had turkey slice, watermelon, and cold cut up sweet potatoes. Baby, that's nutrition. There is no way in the world when I ate that driving to my workout at 8:30, at 9:30 I'm hungry.
Mhm.
I'm
No.
stressed.
Mhm.
So it's something else. That's what you say.
Yes.
Is it hunger? Is it something else? You
Mhm.
physically, there's no way you're hungry.
Right. Right.
No way.
Right.
2 hours later, you may get a team.
Mhm.
4 hours later, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there is
And
literally no way that you're hungry. Oh, just eat the commercial said eat a payday or Snickers
right.
bar.
Right. Right. Which is not nutritious. And
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
I wanna speak to what you said about after you just ate that, right? The sweet potato, the turkey, and what's it, watermelon? Is that what you
And
said you had?
watermelon.
And watermelon, you're not hungry. And that is such a beautiful example because it can support and help us in so many ways.
Mhm.
If you have a desire to eat, and I want to make it perfectly clear that the desire to eat and hunger are two different things.
There you go.
They are not the same thing. So
Yes.
if you have a desire to eat, if you have a craving, if you will, right, for something, maybe, I mean, it could be a sweet, it could be popcorn, right, Deborah? It could be
Hmm.
popcorn, it could be chocolate, it could be whatever is sweetie, salty, fatty, and starchy that is not nutritious.
There
That's
you go.
generally that thing. If you have a craving for something, then I say eat something nutritious. Eat the
Yes.
watermelon, eat the turkey,
Yes.
eat the sweet potato, eat the asparagus, eat something, have a meal. If you
Yes.
have a craving for something, eat a nourishing meal.
Yes.
And if after you have that nourishing meal, you still have the craving for the thing, you know for sure that it's not hunger.
Yes.
And you know that that craving represents an emotional place where you need some healing. And it is
Yes.
time for you just to you may go ahead and eat the thing, but know that eating the thing is not what the real issue is. It is what
Hmm.
the thing represents. And you gotta sit with that and you gotta think about that and you gotta unpack that because it's all connected to what you associate this thing that you're craving with, what what it means to you. And
Yes.
when you can identify that, then you can start making a shift and move
Hmm.
and move toward healing. But that is so, so important.
Let me share this, Michelle. And I look back in college, we go to dinner. Then at 8:30, we go get a snack because they gave us money on our card where we can go get snack at Granny Green, get a sandwich. Then at 10:30, they're gonna have a special breakfast that's dinner during finals. So and as I when I got out of college, I did the same thing. When I had a project, sometimes I would go sit at a buffet restaurant, eat, and sit there and do my homework.
Right.
And sometimes I would drive by, even when my knees hurt. I send by somebody in the store, go in there and give me 4 pack of Nowadays for $1. So that habit I still have. But what I do now, I have a banana, an apple, and some grapes on the table. So
Mhm.
when I go in my room tonight, I'm gonna grab bottled waters, a banana, and an apple. I may
Mhm.
eat an apple, and then in the
Mhm.
morning, this morning I had an apple and a banana left. And when I went to bed last night, I said, "Ooh, I can't wait to wake up so I can eat my banana." It
Mhm.
wasn't about hunger. It's about I'm getting ready to go to the gym and I'm probably going to do something really amazing. And that makes me nervous. So it makes me want to eat. But I
Mhm.
didn't eat it. I didn't even eat it this morning when I woke up because I grabbed my stuff because, I'm always running late. But I understand that's my habit.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
make sure that I'm nourished. I make sure that I keep a lot of water around me. I freeze a bottle of water because it's hot out here. Keep myself hydrated. And after I ate my food and got to the gym and did my incredible workout, I wasn't focused on eating because I was in the moment.
Yes. Yes.
And then after that, I went to get a food box, and there were probably about 35 things in there. And there was less than 10 things that I could eat. So I
Mhm.
literally had a friend stand outside my car. I said, I'm going to give you all of this. And I looked at
Mhm.
everything I videoed, and I'm like, I can't, this isn't food. I want to keep this oatmeal with berries, but my coach already told me don't buy your berries, buy fresh berries. So I
Mhm.
had to give that
Mhm.
away. And so they
Mhm.
had little bit candy. I gave that away. They had all the stuff, all the stuff. I mean, and it's the bread, all the stuff. They didn't have no Ezekiel bread, and
Mhm.
that's good for somebody else. It's just not good for me.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
just not good for me.
Yes.
And
Mm.
even one of the things was kind of good, but they gave me 10 of them. But I gave her, but let me just share this because my coach's advice sometimes he'll say, eat this, but not a lot. I'm like, well, would you eat it, coach? She's like, no, I wouldn't eat it. So I'm like, well, I'm
Mhm.
not going to eat it if you wouldn't
I'm
eat
not gonna eat it either. Right.
it.
Right. So you
Exactly.
just tell me eat
So
something you're not gonna eat.
but that took work, Michelle. I couldn't do this 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I
Mhm.
come in and go, Coach, I've been eating such and such, and he wouldn't fuss at me because I think he knew the process was I have to keep working on it.
Mhm.
So and I couldn't work on it if I was beating myself up. I
Right.
have to give myself grace. And the more
Absolutely.
I learned, the more I read research articles, joining your work, your support group on Monday nights, sharing, and I learned to share my good things. If I have an epiphany, I'll share that. But I don't have to share my bad. For me, I don't have to speak the bad things because the good things give me support. And
Mhm.
then when I learn something from you, like I learned that I don't have to heat my green beans up. I can open the can and eat them. I'm telling you, first of all, I got mobility issues, honey. Second of all, I don't know what I did with that can opener. I literally bought two of them. But when you said I didn't have to heat it up, I'm like, wait just a doggone minute now. That speaks my language. Because when you have mobility issues, you don't want to do all that stuff. I
Right.
just want to grab and go, grab and go. So
Yes.
I did that for a little while.
Uh-huh.
And I just love that. That's why I just eat fruit and watermelon because I don't have to cook it. I
Right.
eat salad because I don't have to cook it. Rotisserie
Right.
chicken don't need to be cooked. You can
Right.
take it out the refrigerator, just eat it. It's food.
Yeah. Right.
That's what
It doesn't have to be
that makes
complicated. It doesn't have
sense
to
to
be
me.
hard. Mhm.
It makes sense to me. Even when I mess up, even when I don't eat or when I do eat or when I get scared I'm gonna gain weight, I just feel like what I'm learning makes sense.
Mhm.
And even if I gain weight, in 7 days, I guarantee I'm gonna lose some.
Yes.
That's the most incredible part. So when we talk about that plateau,
Mhm.
we always say things to make us feel better about our bad habits. And I'm not saying we don't get plateau, but I'm just saying we love to say muscle weigh more than fat when we know we've been eating compulsively
Mhm.
because we're not being honest.
Mhm.
I can tell you if I gain 6 pounds, I'm gonna lose it in 3 days. And the
Mhm.
reason I gained six is because I had a meal outside of the house because I went somewhere and we had a meal. And I may have even eaten a nice thing, but just because it just wasn't cooked at home.
Mhm.
But it's not a cause to beat myself up. That's another thing that you teach us that when you beat yourself up, it's going to increase your cortisol. You're going to gain the weight because you're stressing.
Mhm.
That makes sense, Michelle.
Mhm. Mhm.
That makes sense. So, girl, I
Yeah.
got to get me some yoga in my life because I got to calm down. I got to calm down. I'm stressed about everything.
So Deborah, and I'm glad you talk about, what you learn coming to the group and what I teach, because I teach all the stuff that I wish someone had taught me. That
Exactly.
I do it because I don't want anybody else to have to struggle for 40 years. I don't want anybody else to have to struggle for 40 years. Because, we all hear, oh, relapse, you don't want to relapse. Relapse is a bad thing. It's
Yes.
not. Relapse is part of the journey. It's
Yes, it is.
so sometimes there are things that you can only learn when you relapse. All it means is that there's something you haven't figured out yet. Is that it's
Yes.
part of the growth process. So, oh,
Yes.
that's why that happened. I know I don't need to be around that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know I don't need to go to that place. Right?
Yes.
So I know I need to stay away from this particular kind of food. I know I need to
Yes.
think differently when this happens. This is what led to next time I'll do something different. So a relapse gives you really important, vital information about what to do next time a situation occurs. Because here's the truth: it's coming up again.
That's right.
It's it's
Carolyn Washington says, "How can one join the support group held on Mondays?" Michelle.
Yes, Carolyn, yes, thank you for that. Thank you for that question. You can join the Facebook group. And the Facebook group is Women Losing Weight Together. Women Losing Weight Together support group. And join the Facebook group. You'll get the link to the Zoom call that we have on Mondays.
Mhm.
You'll have an opportunity to meet with me if you would like to. You'll get a link to a free PDF that is Mind Over Meals that helps you start right away to start making the mental shifts that you need to make, right? To start changing how you feel, think, and act around food. We'll be so excited to see you on
I
Monday.
know.
Um,
I
so
know.
that's good. Um, so the other thing that you will get is you'll get, like I said, the link. You'll get the Mind Over Meals. Yes. No, well, you know what? No, Facebook isn't the only platform because the actual call is done on a Zoom is done through Zoom. If you're not on Facebook and you want the link to the Zoom, I'm happy to send that to you, but you have to email me. I'll send it to you directly. I can't put it out publicly because we got bad actors in the space, right? But if you email me at michelle@michellepettis.com, or you can find me online. I'm on social media. You can inbox me. Oh, you're not on
Your
social media. You're not on,
contact, your information is in the discussion. If you go to her scroll down under discussion, you'll see Mind Over Meals, Michelle Pettis, her website, and then you can see contact her.
yep. Michelle,
Yes.
Michelle at michellepettis.com. So we would love to have you there. You'll get the download of the PDF, which you can start to work on right away. Join us for that Zoom call, and you're going to be, surrounded by a circle of sisters who's on the same journey. Um, so that happy to do that. The other thing I was telling you about, the things that they don't tell you. Um,
Excuse me,
is-
Michelle. She wants you to spell your last name again, please.
sure. It's Petties. So it's Michelle, Michelle, at Michelle Pettis, Petties
Thank you.
.com. Michelle at michellepettis.com. So we hear all the time, not just this thing about relapse. We hear what we just talked about earlier, like how cravings are a bad thing. You know,
Hmm.
cravings can be a really good thing because the cravings are giving you information of the place you need to pay attention to. Right? Because if you don't have the craving is directing you to, hi Carolyn, thank you. You are so welcome. The cravings are directing you to a place that needs some attention, right? But
Hmm.
we don't hear that, right? Ignore your cravings, calm your cravings. No, no. I mean the same thing that we hear about the GLPs and calming food noise. Well,
Yes.
good for them for doing that, but when you do this the right way, what you do is you deal with the thing that causes the noise in the first place.
Yes.
You deal with the thing that causes the noise in the first place. And
And let
so
me
when
just
you
say this.
can attack it
The
at the root,
reason
go
they
ahead.
put out these key words that cause us to be scared: food noise, plateaus, cravings. It evokes fear. All of the stuff they say, fear. Gotta have a shot, gotta have a pill, you gotta have a surgery. There are no other options, and you gotta use this brand.
Hmm.
That is the danger.
Yes,
So thank you, Michelle, for sharing with us that if we get help with emotional eating, we won't have to worry about cravings.
absolutely. And
Cravings
you're
is a
right.
signal. Thank you.
I mean, and you're right, Deborah. And like they put these things out here to create fear because what happens when you hear them, you're like, well, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how to handle that. And or like, this other thing, like you have to avoid your triggers. That's your trigger. You gotta avoid
Yes,
your triggers, you gotta
yes.
do your triggers. Well, so I'm here to tell you, I don't believe that.
Yes.
Um, certainly you can know some of them. You cannot avoid all of them. And the work is not to avoid the trigger. The work is to learn how to disarm the trigger.
There you go.
Because if we try to avoid triggers, we will never leave our house. We'll never
Hmm.
leave our bathroom. We'll spend our lives locked in a closet because we are afraid. And I got to tell you something. I'm not about living in fear. I'm not about you living in fear. I'm about
That's
you
right.
living in your power to handle whatever comes your way.
That's right.
And that's what you learn. You start to learn in that group on Monday night. That's what
Yeah.
you learn in my 52-week program. You get
Yes.
the skills to handle any emotion that comes up because we live in a culture that doesn't teach us to honor our emotions, and then they try to blame it on the food. That's what
Yes.
happens, right?
And then you can only get the solution if you have the money to buy the thing.
And to buy the thing. Thank you.
But what if
But
you don't have the money to buy the thing because you have to do pay this high rent in America now?
so here's the thing, y'all. The way so here okay, let me say this. This is the big trick. Hey, I want you to listen to me. I want you to hear me because we kind of touched around the edges of it in this conversation. If you do the research, most people will say, 75% of people say, I'm an emotional eater.
Hmm.
I'm an emotional eater. That means I have some emotions around that are swirling around in my head that I don't know what to do with. I don't know how to handle. I'm afraid of. I don't recognize them. I've been told that I'm too emotional. I've been told to be strong. I've been told to ignore the emotions. I've been told all that, but it is still living in me. I don't know what to do with it, and it is putting me in a place of discomfort. It's just how I feel, and so it's easy to go to food. I'm an emotional eater because I don't know how to deal with my emotions. That's the problem. And then so the solutions that are out there, get this surgery, take this drug, get on this plan, get on this diet, get on this program. Those things are all physical things. They don't address what the real problem is. The real problem is not knowing how to deal with the emotion, but all the solutions that are pushed on you have to do with how much you eat and how much you work out. And
And eating this thing. Yeah.
please do not misunderstand me. I am the first person to say that you have to eat in a way that nourishes your body.
Mm.
And you have to move. That is a principle of health. You have to get hydrated. That's a principle of health. You have to sleep. That is a principle of health. But
Hmm.
what is also a principle of health is to do the mental work. And the mental work is addressing these issues: stress, frustration, anxiety, fear, anger, disappointment, humiliation, betrayal,
Trauma.
self-confidence, trauma. That is all mental. And that is all
Yeah.
wrapped up in our bodies and it's manifesting on our bodies because we don't know how to
Yes.
handle it. We don't have the tools to
Yes.
handle it. And so we go to food to at least give us some relief, to give us some temporary pain, some temporary relief from the pain to cover it up, to give us some temporary pleasure because
Hmm.
we don't know what to do. And here are the things that you can do. I'm going to tell you right now. The visualization is key. The affirmations, the meditation, the writing, the prescriptive writing, all the things that I teach.
Yes.
Book, if you download that book, which is free, The Mind Over Meals, has all those tools in it. It has 8 lessons. You can keep doing those lessons over and over again. You can come to
That's
the free
right.
workshop over and over again on Mondays. You can come to the Facebook group over and over again and get some support that'll give you some clarity. That is all free because it's all the mental work. If
Yes.
you want to go deeper, if you want more support, if you're like, this is making sense to me, how do I get more of it? I do have a program that you can become a member of. It is not. It is. I'll tell you right now. It is $97 a month. It is $97 a month for you to get support every day because you eat every day, because you are assaulted every day with emotions and situations and toxic food that you have to learn how to handle. We have a supportive community. It's $97 a month. You spend more than that going to the Cheesecake Factory. You spend more than that getting your hair done. You spend more than that getting your nails done. You get spend more than that getting tattoos. You get more than that getting a massage. All that stuff, while it has its place, it's not going to save your life. All the stuff that we spend money on that impairs our health. You spend $97 a month at least on stuff that does not help you get well.
That's right.
This culture is set up for that. You
That's
spend
right.
you spend more than that going to brunch. You spend more than that
Yeah.
going to happy hour.
Going on vacation.
Going on vacation, buying a pair of shoes, buying
That's
another
it.
designer outfit. All of that has its place, but none of that will take care of the stuff that's going on the inside. And
That's
if you
it.
want to get that inside support, that inside work, you can start that today by
That's right.
becoming a part of by becoming a part of this community. And what it starts off at 12 months, $97 a month. That's not even $25 a week.
See?
It's not. I mean, if you're working and you're going to the vending machines, buying cokes, buying chips, you spend more than that just doing that.
But
But
Michelle, let me share
we
this.
haven't been taught we haven't been taught to invest in our health,
There you
right?
go.
We haven't been taught that our health is worth the investment. We have been taught and conditioned to spend money on all the external stuff, thinking that that is the answer, but it is not the answer. Your life is the answer.
That's
And
right.
getting tools to fight this toxic environment that does not care about your health or your life.
That's it. Let me share this, Michelle. Those of
Mhm.
you who have been molested, abused, domestic violence, all the stuff, we have been taught this is the thing that happened to us. We've been taught to wear it right here. If you join this class, baby, we're gonna learn how to put that in its place and carry on. And what Michelle says is that people like us, we're extra sensitive. We care a lot. Now
Mhm.
that's it.
Mhm.
You've
Mhm.
already had training. You've already been to counseling for it. We don't have to wear it like we wear our Sunday hat to church every
Mhm.
day.
Yes. Yes.
Because the reason that most people stop their weight loss journey is because deep in their heart, they don't feel they're worth it. Because what mama, daddy, sister said, blah, husband, all the stuff said.
Mhm.
But what I'm
Mhm.
here to tell you right now, baby, guess what? Your affirmation and my affirmation is I believe that I can continue to lose weight. And when you get your affirmation, you ain't got to wear that. Whatever you got right there on your sleeve,
Mhm.
you can put that down, girl.
Mhm.
Pick it
You
up
can
with
put
some
it
glass of
down.
water.
You can put it down. You can put it
That's it.
down.
That's
And
it.
so,
And you can lose you some weight and get to feeling good.
and so, Deborah, and I wanna piggyback a little bit on what you said.
Okay.
I think one of the things that makes it hard for people to step up and enroll in a program like this is because
Mm-hmm.
if they enroll in the program to get the help, they have to admit that there was something that they have to look at the thing that caused it in the first place. And that is hard, right? You know,
Yeah.
because there's so much trauma associated with it. There's so
Mm-hmm.
much stigma, there's so much shame. But I am here to tell you that that is not even that's not what this is about. This is
This is
about
what
your
we're gonna do about
healing
that, Michelle.
on the other
I got
side.
6 pair of brand new panties. I'm gonna give them one. They're gonna put their big girl panties on. That's what we're gonna do about that one. I got the big girl panties for you. Big girl panty time, okay? We putting our big girl panties on, and baby, you know I got some big ones. And if I can put my big girl panties on, you can put your big girl panties on. Cause we want to heal.
We
Unless
want
you
to
just, if we gonna heal now.
we're gonna heal. We're
We
gonna
gonna
heal.
heal, and
It
that's
is
what
it is
we is gonna do. What is we gonna do? We is
we're
gonna
gonna
heal.
heal. We're gonna heal. It is so
That's it.
possible. It is so possible to heal. And you know what? You know what
It is.
what you just said, Deborah Ann, makes me want to read something from my book.
Well, go ahead and
Um,
read it, sister. Go ahead
so
and read it.
here's the book, Leaving Large: The Stories
That's
of a
right.
Few Dads. If anybody's
Yes.
interested in getting a copy, I will sign it and send it to you. It's you
Excellent.
can you don't you can get it on Amazon if you want to, but if you get it directly from me at leavinglarge.com, I will sign it and send it to you. But
That's great.
what you just talked about, the trauma that we have
Yes.
to move out on the other side of, it is so real. And so
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna take just a few minutes and read to you.
Okay. Thank you. I want to hear it.
Okay. Years ago, a good friend and I decided to meet for breakfast. As we pondered our choices, Silver Diner, Denny's, IHOP, or someplace a little fancier, she said quietly in her naturally soft spoken way, I don't really care where we go as long as I can have pancakes. I like having pancakes on Saturday morning. That was fine with me since I love pancakes too, yet I was curious about her insistence. So I threw her a quizzical look. She went on to explain that when she was a little girl, her father would always take her to have pancakes on Saturday mornings. I like to go have pancakes on Saturday because it reminds me of my father, she said. I had mixed feelings about her recollection. On the one hand, I felt warm and happy that she had this sweet remembrance of her father, but I also felt a certain emptiness because I have no such memories of my father. That's because I never met the man, let alone had pancakes with him. For years, I believed with the belief that my father did not care about me or my mother. Growing up, I spent countless hours looking through my mother's old black and white photographs, hoping to magically recognize my father's face, which I was sure would be handsome. I know he was in the Air Force because the occupation box next to father on my birth certificate says airman. I know he was 25 years old when I was born. At least that's what it says on my birth certificate. My grandmother told me that he was from Arkansas. I also assume he must have been special for my mother to risk her reputation and livelihood as a school teacher to be with him.
Mhm.
He was stunned by the news of my impending arrival and was ill prepared to step up. At least that's what my mother told me. I sometimes wonder if he was afraid, confused, and needed a little time to figure things out. I know he was honorable and wanted to do the right thing by my mother and me because my grandmother told me that he came looking for my mother and me. He must have felt so frustrated, powerless, and defeated when my grandmother turned him away, refusing to tell him where we were and daring anyone else in the family to speak up. As far as my grandmother was concerned, he had broken her baby girl's heart and turned her life upside down. I believe that Troy L. Gibson, or Gibson, I've forgotten how it's spelled. I believe that Troy L. Gibson wanted to do the right thing. I
Mhm.
choose to believe he did the best he could, but it was not to be. I
Mhm.
often wonder what I might have called my handsome father. And don't all little girls think their fathers are handsome?
Mhm.
Probably it would have just been daddy. It's not that I didn't have any father figures in my life. In fact, I remember announcing proudly to my playmates as a kid, I have three daddies. My aunt, who was listening and watching through the window, came out and admonished me for talking too much. She knew the truth. I had no daddies. I think it was with that scolding I started to feel small, voiceless, damaged, and disconnected. I wasn't abandoned, but I felt that way. I have learned over the years that your feelings can't always be trusted. They don't always represent the truth of a situation. I grew up in a family that showed me love. I was happy, but it was a happiness tinged with irrepressible, and irreparable sadness that my three daddies either didn't know about or actually caused. I had a daddy Pettis. That would be my grandfather, the man who called me gal. I didn't discover this until well after his death, but he used to brag about me to his fellow rail workers on the tracks. He and my grandmother stepped up and legally adopted me when I was 6 years old. He was the one who helped me with third grade multiplication and division while cursing this new math. He protected me from high school boys with big afros, deep voices, and slow growing beards and mustaches. He was also He was also the one who sat in his truck for hours, never moving, while I took my SAT for college. Daddy Pettis was the man who impatiently taught me how to drive a stick shift and bought my first two cars, Buicks, a 1970 Skylark and a 1972 Apollo.
Okay.
He would, he would on a whim read random volumes of my begged for but rarely used World Book encyclopedias. Somebody's got to read them, he would say. He never attended any of my school activities, but faithfully and dependably picked me up on time after every one of them.
All right now.
When my grandmother passed, it was my grandfather who paid my airfare to attend her funeral because I was so broke.
Mhm.
I didn't fully appreciate my grandfather in my youth, nor did I really understand the impact of his presence until it
Mhm.
was too late for me to tell him.
Mhm.
I had a daddy Paul. That would
Mhm.
be my mother's husband. I remember being told to call him that, but I don't remember ever directly addressing him in that way. Daddy Paul. I tried it out privately and sometimes in the mirror, but it always felt a little awkward and unnatural on my tongue. I
Mhm.
think Stephanie, my sister-in-law, nailed it when she dubbed him Big Paul. He was
Mm.
father to my sister and two brothers. When I was a teenager, my mother told me that early on he had wanted me to be a part of their family, but my grandmother had other ideas. So it was confusing to think of this man as my stepfather. He was married to my mother, a mother from afar, who was also legally my sister since my grandparents had adopted me. It was perplexing. So I guess it made him kind of a stepfather, but in name only. I was quite pleasantly surprised as we sat at my brother's kitchen table one Christmas morning when Big Paul, in his rather distinctive Rochester, New York accent, announced, "You have feet like your mother." I'm not sure how he intended it, but I took it as a compliment. What I am saying is this: I'm grateful that our relationship was friendly and cordial.
Mhm.
Daddy Al. I had a Daddy Al, which was short for Alfonso. He died of a heart attack in 2001. His nickname for me was Pasquale, his version of pesky, because I was always asking questions. But I am repulsed by the mere thought of him.
Mm.
He was my mother's sister's husband, technically an uncle before my grandparents adopted me, or a brother-in-law post adoption. Or a brother-in-law post-adoption. A disabled World War II veteran, he worked nights at the post office and watched me during the day while my aunt worked teaching special needs children. In later years, I learned that my aunt paid this man to take care of me, to make sure I had breakfast, a mid-morning snack, lunch, afternoon nap, and afternoon snack. I sat at the table and drew while he prepared dinner for us, and I happily tagged along during errands to the store or auto supply shop. He always bought popcorn for me when we went to the mall and took me with him when he visited the lady across the street. Watched me as I innocently played in the backyard, baking mud pies in the special oven my aunt fashioned just for me using discarded grocery store boxes. The thought sickens me.
Mm.
She paid him My aunt who loved me like she birthed me, who visited me daily while I was in the incubator because I was born 2 months premature, who took ferocious precautions to shield me from harm, unwittingly entrusted me to a monster.
Mm.
She unknowingly left me with an afternoon tormentor who ordered me into the house, into the bed, and under the covers with him before I was old enough to articulate or explain his actions in any meaningful way. Almost immediately, a sense of my own wrongness started to form inside me, wrongness that grew like a malignant tumor. In later years, I wondered if this wrongness is what made my real daddy abandon his search for me. My innate sense of well being disappeared as if by sinister magic, vanquished in mere minutes by this child abuser, this pedophile. And statistics tell me I am not alone.
Yes.
Even now, when I am out and I see a little girl seemingly happy and well adjusted, skipping along holding her daddy's hand, I see my 4-year-old self and I wonder, is it happening to her? Will she spend years trying to fill a cavernous hole in her soul with food like I did? Will food become a salve for her wounded spirit and the pieces that don't quite fit together? It was decades before I could reveal or reconcile the depths of my shame and despair to my aunt or anyone. Here's what I know for sure: good daddies keep you safe, they protect you, they make everything right when everything is wrong. They take you for pancakes on Saturday morning.
Mm.
Unlike my friends who speak fondly of their daddies, I don't have memories of my daddy teaching me how to ride a bike or tie my shoelaces, throwing me up in the air and catching me, twirling me around, carrying me on my shoulders, going to baseball games, scuba diving in the islands, or even playing spades. I never did any of these things with my daddy. No, I don't have any such memories to soothe the ache of my darkest hours. I am, however, comforted by the fact that he tried. My daddy tried. Occasionally, when I pass the Silver Diner, International House of Pancakes, or Denny's on a Saturday morning, I must admit I get a little sad because I don't have my own breakfast with daddy story. Yet I am glad that my friend has hers and wanted to share it with me. I smile and let the warmth of her experience wash over me.
I
So,
understand.
so I am here because I want you to let the warmth of my healing wash over you. I want you to know that if it's possible for me, it is possible for you too. I want you to know that, yeah, I'm special, but I am no special than you are.
Hmm.
It's available to you. It
Yes,
is
it
your
is.
birthright to be healed.
Yes,
It
it
is
is.
your birthright not to carry the weight of everything that you have been carrying for far too long. You can release it. And when you release it from your mind, you will release it from your body.
Yes.
When you release it from your mind, you will release it from your body. And
Yes.
I know how to teach you to do that. I will give you the tools that will teach you to do that. That's what that is my purpose, right? All
Mhm.
the all the stuff that happened in this book, that's just one story. That's just one story. All the stuff in this book that happened to me happened so I could share it with you so that you could see that your transformation is possible. To see that you can overcome your stories because you have some stories and some beliefs and some events and some memories and some experiences that are keeping you trapped, that are holding you down, that are holding you back, that you don't know what to do with. I know you do. That's why you're watching. That's why
Yes.
that's why that's why you're meant to see this episode tonight. That's why you're meant to be a part of this conversation tonight. It is not an accident. It is no accident that you are watching us tonight. It is no accident that something in this story landed. It's no accident. So understand that Deborah Ann was sent here for you. I was sent here for you.
Hmm.
Mind over meals, leaving large. I am brand new. We were all sent here to support you so that you could find peace, so that you could find your power, so you could get free, so you could get the joy that you're entitled to, so that you can have some confidence that you haven't been able to tap into for years, if
Hmm.
you ever were to.
Hmm.
It is yours. You just have to step up and ask for it.
And Michelle, let me say this also. There are 100 million people in America who are obese and overweight. We are not alone.
No,
And
no.
if you have a dollar, there are 75% of us are obese and overweight. And all you have to take each day is one step.
One step.
And
That's
if
all.
you will take that one step, you can get there. You
Yes.
certainly can.
Yes.
You certainly can.
Yes.
You
Thank
certainly
you,
can.
Deborah, so much for holding space for this conversation,
Oh,
for
thank you
in,
for sharing as
for
well.
inspiring us. And if anybody is interested in taking that first step,
Yes.
just just email me. Just
Hmm.
email me, DM me on social media, and just say I'm ready.
That's
I'm
right.
ready. I'll jump on a call with you, right? I'll jump on a call with you. We'll get something scheduled, and you can start your healing right away. You can start healing right away.
Sounds good to me.
All right. All right,
Well,
sis.
we have another announcement. I believe there is a Mind Over Meals coming in September. Can we give some dates yet?
Yes, yes, yes. Mind of a Music is coming in September. And what are the dates? I feel like it's set. Don't have me give the wrong date.
Okay,
Um,
well, we'll just say coming in September, and we'll watch for that because I heard you say that the other day, and I was like, oh, good. So that way we can definitely get people signed up early once the link is out and thinking about changing their minds about the way they eat their meals.
yes, absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely,
thank you. It's been great. It's been great. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for healing so that we can heal.
absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate you so much for holding space for this conversation.
Of course, of course. Anytime.
And, and,
So
and wait a
we'll
minute.
see.
And how many pounds do you down?
228.4 pounds down. I lost 14.4 pounds from last Monday to last Monday.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And you're losing it. And the reason that you're able to lose it on your body is because you're releasing it from your mind.
What you said?
That's right.
I went home last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't overeat. I didn't eat one thing. I didn't drink anything but water. I didn't do any compulsive activity. I wasn't in my mind. I was focused on driving and enjoying Memphis and seeing about my father and my mother.
Yes. Yes.
And it felt good. And I got an extra 4 pounds when I got back home to boot.
That's beautiful.
So
That's good stuff.
that's what we're talking about. Being able to go into the environment that stressed you out your whole life
Right.
and win
Right.
and
That
win.
that's disarming the trigger right there. That's
That's it.
exactly
That's
what
it.
I'm
I'm telling
talking
you right
about.
now.
That's
And you
that's the
know what?
disarmer.
Nobody walks around thinking about what they did to me or what happened to me. Everybody living a good life.
Mhm. And so are you.
There you go. You got that right. I know I am. You got that right. I'm dreaming. So yes, ma'am. Thank you, Michelle. I'll definitely see you Monday, if not before then, at
Okay.
our support group meeting. It's 5 p.m. Central Eastern Standard Time,
Right.
4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a Zoom. You are welcome to attend. And even men who are watching, I know y'all watching, you are welcome to join as well. Even though it says women losing weight, but men are welcome. Paul, we met
Okay.
Paul who joined us. Wasn't
Yes,
that
that's right.
amazing?
That's
I
right.
know, it was awesome. So yes, yes, yes. So thank you, Michelle, for your service. Thank you for this plan that you put together to relieve us of our mental anguish. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Thank you, DebraAnn.
Thank you. Thank everybody for being with us. We'll see y'all next time.
All right.
Oh, thank you. Bye. Bia G
Bye.
says, watch the replay. I
Oh.
know that's right, Bia G. Thank you. Bye bye.